Welcome to the SoberQ podcast.
Hi, my name's Molly. I'm an alcoholic, and today my topic is a step 5 topic, which is what did we gain by sharing our inventory with another person? And my first thought or reaction to that is that process, the inventory process in step 5 wasn't about gaining anything. In fact, that was a huge part of what it was for me, which was that change in attitude and that perception that I get to move away from trying to gain something from everything from the world, just this belief that the world was happening to me and I was owed something. And it was this continuation of, like I've gone through, I know a little bit about my alcoholism. I've admitted that I'm powerless and that my life has become unmanageable, and then I'm willing to believe that maybe there's something else out there. And then, I turn my will and my life over to this thing that I don't really understand yet, but, then kind of start to develop this relationship with this thing that's bigger than me. And before I even wrap my head around that too much, I just know that, I'm starting to feel a little bit more like everything's going to be okay, and they're just calmer and quieter, and things feel softer. And that brings me to the point of, okay, now I'm going to take this inventory, this really, just taking stock. This thing that doesn't have to be emotional. It's not a psychological exercise. It's not me looking through all the terrible things that I've ever done and then sitting down and telling another person about it so we can all reminisce and laugh about how terrible or whatever. It's not any of that. What it is and what it was for me was exactly the thing is talked about in the 12 by 12 of an ego deflation. Because, I can make that decision every day that I'm going to turn my will and my life over to the care of a God as I understand whatever that is. And that's all fine and well. But, if I stop there, or if I don't actually keep going through the process, if I don't take an inventory and I don't go into step 5, then nothing's really changed for me. This is my experience that I share here. But the important part that I missed initially with the 5th step was that the first part of it, which is we're sharing the inventory with another person, and that's very, very helpful. That was very helpful for me because particularly with writing the columns of an inventory, having a sponsor that had a kind of a similar, a similar life experience, but also just, alcoholism, was able to point out patterns that I wasn't able to see. And in doing that, was able to, point out the ways that I could be better, that I could conduct myself in a way that was consistent with what I had already started in the program and what I wanted to be, how I wanted to be in the world. But the first part of that step 5 is that I'm also sharing it with God and myself, and particularly with God, because that is the point where I get to develop that relationship with something greater than myself. And I really start to get into the nuts and the bolts of what that actually means, to be that bit closer to that connection, to have everything laid out on pen and paper. I realize now I'm getting into 4 minutes, so I'm going to stop talking. But that's what did I gain from step 5? A further direction, a shift of perception. But the most important thing that I gained was that I didn't actually gain anything. in a very strange, kind of ironic way. Anyway, thank you for listening.
If you would like to share your experience on a recovery question, visit the SoberQ podcast website at soberq.com. Thanks for listening.